The Ava Kris Tyson situation is getting worse than anyone could have ever imagined. I'm sure most of you have been caught up on what's been going on. Ava Kris Tyson was recently called out for engaging in sexually charged conversations with minors on Twitter and having a connection to a CP artist, even purchasing artwork from them. They came out with a statement that was like a weird non-apology, but more recently there has been even more information coming out about a privately owned Discord server that Kris used to run with a few other members, most of them being minors. Just a couple of days ago, a user on Twitter named Nathan came out with a couple exposing videos, giving details about this Discord server. Then, later, when the Discord server was transitioning from private to public, Kris had everyone who was managing the server, this included Nathan, scrub it clean of any slurs and any NSFW content.
Kris Tyson from MrBeast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. I was actually friends with Lava GS at the time, who is the main victim of Kris that everyone has been talking about these last few days, who claims he isn't a victim, but we all know he is, and we all know he probably got paid off. Not only that, but he's also under an NDA from when he worked for MrBeast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join MrBeast Gaming himself, Lava. He's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to silence me. Me and him were both initially involved in running Kris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them.
Nate's calling me. Hey, what's up? You're on stream.
You just leaked your address. Please end your stream. As well as other technical back-end things that he needed help with. This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were minors. I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway and Kris invited him after that, and Kris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Garry's Mod server for the 10 million subscriber MrBeast video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Kris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up sexual topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old. He would even go as far as linking me several different porn and hentai videos throughout the time of me talking with him. Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public. So when it was just a private server, his little circle of minors. And he would use this NSFW bot to spam different corn images, alongside all these 15-year-olds. He would also frequently call me dad and daddy, as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. But looking back, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old. Even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable. This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the N-words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making sure no one could see that he was spamming corn to minors. This story is so much bigger and runs so much deeper than any of you really realize, so if you want to hear more and you want a part 2, let me know.
In response to this exposing video, Lava made a statement claiming that everything shown was fake, that they didn't have to scrub slurs or NSFW content, and that it only took them about a day to set up to go public. Then Nathan made another video disproving Lava's claims.
This is part 2 to yesterday's video of me talking about Ava Kris Tyson and what they did to me when I was 15 years old. This video has all the proof in it, all the receipts, and all the screenshots, thanks to an old friend of mine who was a moderator in Kris's Discord server at the time, Cookie. Now, Cookie actually went ahead and downloaded logs of all the individual channels on Kris's server before it went public, knowing that this was kind of being covered up, and he kept the logs of it for himself. He actually reached out to me here on Twitter, and I'm going to provide a lot of the screenshots backing up the claims that I made that Lava refuted. For example, I made a claim that there was an NSFW channel in the server where Kris would spam corn. Here you can see Kris talking about locking down the NSFW channel to True Gods and Anointed only. By the way, this is in 2019. I was a True God and I was a minor. Not only that, but you can see me right below it, Nathan.rtx, saying this is a bad idea. So even I knew as a kid that this was a really bad idea. Here is Lava himself talking about starting the commencement of cleaning the server word for word. I said he was talking about scrubbing the server. He says that never happened. Here you can see him talking about it, as well as me and Cookie himself talking about it. I just want to make this video real quick, disproving some of the claims that Lava refuted and showing that they actually are true, but I actually have thousands of Discord messages to go through in these logs that I was just provided by Cookie. Shout out to him for giving me them, and I'm going to be going through them and posting an update video with some more proof.
This is Lava GS responding to the Discord chat logs, saying that they did not recall some of these channels and taking back what they were saying about the Discord server in particular. However, they are not taking back other statements that they made regarding the situation. There's just a couple things I want to point out about the Nathan videos. I think it's great that he's like bringing all this shit to light. However, I do think that Nathan is saying some things in a bit of an untruthful way. Not in the sense that I don't trust the receipts that he's showing, but more like both sides seem to be at least a little bit untruthful at the moment. I don't believe that Lava was paid off at all. And also the way that NDAs work would have allowed Lava to speak out on a situation like that. Also, I think it's really interesting that people are calling Lava like the victim, but then also kind of attacking him at the same time. It's just a little bit weird to me, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying he wasn't in a horribly inappropriate situation as a minor, but I'm also not like, I don't know, being like, oh, he fucking folded, like, we've won, guys. I don't know if that makes sense. I just want to make sure everyone's reading about it from every angle, you know, hearing out Lava and hearing out Nathan and shit, because I think this is just a really complicated situation. But I mean, I guess to the core, Chris had involved themselves in a very inappropriate way with minors, and that's just inexcusable. So yeah, that's kind of the new information about Ava Kris Tyson that we know of, involving Lava and now this Discord server. Even though a lot of things used to slide back in 2016 and 2017, I think that every single thing that's been coming out about Ava Kris Tyson is more than disgusting and definitely crossed the line even for that era. I believe that any sexually charged conversation with a minor is fucked up. It's fucking wrong. And now I want to talk about something that has not been talked about a lot with this situation, and just kind of get my thoughts and feelings out about it all. This one's the one I have the biggest gripe with. This has started to become a trans issue. This situation, Chris's connection to Shadman, the Discord server, the Twitter messages, it has nothing to do with Chris being trans. But of course, this hasn't stopped people from using it as an excuse to attack the trans and queer community. There's this video I watched about the situation from someone who had actually met Ava personally, who had some good insight about that topic.
I think it's good that she stepped down from Mr. Beast, but what she said was weird. This whole situation does just suck. I do understand the people speculating about it, of like, Ava's trans, so does non-binary, and I'm whatever I am. I've already seen people online making shit up about me. People posting that screenshot and saying that I have a Discord full of children that I promote OnlyFans to, which is insane. I get that trans people get an awful lot of shit about everything all the time. But holy shit, man. Trans people deserve rights and respect the same way anyone else gets. But to get that, we have to call out people that have verifiably done wrong in the same way that anyone else does. Making this a trans issue, or misgendering Chris, or throwing around slurs, or hating on trans people that have nothing to do with anything, is extremely fucked up. And while I'm used to it and I don't care, it's more that I've seen it to random people now. People in my replies, people in replies to my friends, just random people on Twitter. I guess we just kind of have to hope that this doesn't spread, like, some general negativity towards trans people, because this is essentially like the adpocalypse, but for trans women. Ava was obviously extremely influential, and it was a very big deal when they came out. I do wish the Mr. Beast team the best, and by looking, just by scrolling, in the top replies on Twitter is just transphobia. Jesus Christ. It's just every single reply that's either just dead naming or using the wrong pronouns. Although what Ava did is bad, using the right pronouns here does not express your support of Ava. That's kind of just gross.
So yeah, that's kind of it on the situation. I just want to touch on those things. Fucking, why the fuck is EDP talking about this shit? Get the fuck out of here.